What's up, guys? This is Base Brawler, and we have some new news regarding Power Level Warrior Reboot. So basically, we got some new character designs. I will redraw them. I will do my own fan art because I got nothing better to do at the moment until I get a decent job. But enough this personal stuff. Let's get right into it. So, on the left, we have the Spanish word for rice, which is arroz. Now, I'm not sure if there's several languages that share the same thing, because I know Spanish and Italian are very similar, but I just know that arroz is how you say rice in Spanish, and I know that because I learned Spanish for a bit. Then I stopped, so I am a very poor Spanish speaker. I have broken Spanish. However, I do know for a fact that arroz is rice. So, so basically, he's probably going to be my favorite character. Just like Rice is in the current Power Level Warrior. And then of course, I mean, we've already seen her because I just clicked on this thing. This character has an interesting design, and it's Ricotta. And ricotta is cheese, actually. So that's where her pun comes from. Now, I'm trying to zoom in more, but I can't. Doesn't seem like I can. Someone in the comments said that her face looks a little messed up, and I do agree to an extent. Not her shape or anything, but her eyes look like she's not tripping. What's it called? Her eyes look like she's looking in different directions, if that makes sense. Like, whoever drew this, I assume Bullet. I mean, this looks better than anything I can do overall, but I understand where that person was coming from with the eye, because her eye needs to be, like, more centered, and that's my only critique. Other than that, her design looks awesome. And that's what they probably meant by the face. She also has that little headband that looks similar to something from Naruto. And I know a lot of fans of Power Level Warrior have been asking to make the game more of a mix between Naruto and Dragon Ball. Which is honestly, I don't have a problem with that. However, I've never watched Naruto. So if there are a bunch of Naruto references in this game, I'm not going to know about it. And I don't plan to watch Naruto because people in real life that I spoke to that watched it tell me that there's like over 1,000 episodes. And I don't want to get that invested in something. Because when I get invested, I get invested. I've seen every episode of Dragon Ball Z. I've seen every movie aside from, I think Dead Zone. Yeah, Dead Zone's the only one I haven't seen. And I do not want to get that invested into Naruto. But again, enough personal crap. So I'm going to point out some things that I like about each character and some things I don't like. Okay, so first of all, with Arroz, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Sorry for you Spanish speakers out there who think that I'm dumb for pronouncing it wrong. I'm not really good with the pronunciations. However, I do know some words. So Arroz looks, I actually like his design overall. I like everything about his design. Honestly, I'd rather prefer his gloves to be black gloves, sort of like, Risotto. And what else? I wonder if his little sash on his waist, I wonder if that, like, covers his backside a little more. I mean, obviously it's not like a super long coattail, but I do think that it will cover his back just a little more. I don't know, I kind of like that flair when it comes to character designs. And it's something that even though Bullet doesn't really emphasize that, or any drawings I do for that matter, I like to emphasize the coattails. And when I do my own personal drawings of these characters, I'm going to try to make them do attacks like a Kamehameha or something. And yeah. His hair design looks very interesting. Now, I do obviously, at the end of my manga, for those of you who read it, this is a spoiler alert for those of you who want to read it. If you don't care or anything, then, well, here you go. This is what, not exactly what I'd imagine Eric to look like, but Eric is supposed to, his hair's supposed to be red, like Ricettes, and his hair's supposed to be a mix of Rice and Ricettes hairstyle. And I think this actually fits that very well. Like Arroz, he fits that hairstyle, and it looks really cool. Like, he's what I would imagine Eric to look like. Not exactly. Not exactly, obviously. Like, his hair looks a lot different than how I imagined. And I think there's a guy in this comment section named Samuel Cudio. I'm not sure if I said that right. But he's already drawn a picture of what I'd imagine Eric to look like. Like, he has like a few little bangs on his forehead, and then the rest of his hair looks kind of like Rice's. And then obviously they have a daughter too, which is Erica, but I'm not going to go over that. And then we have Ricotta. I like her design overall. But obviously there's some things that I find kind of odd. Like, obviously I went over the eye thing, but that's not too big of a deal because, like I said, overall it looks really good. But in terms of like specific design choices, I think it would be cool if she had a different color sash as opposed to white. I mean, and this is all just my opinion. Like, Bullet, don't change anything, or Fun Taurus, don't change anything because of what I'm saying. I'm just saying this is what I prefer, okay? So, what else? The spikes on her gauntlets, on her little wristbands, I'm not sure if I like those exactly, or maybe I'd like it to be more exaggerated, one of the two. But the fact that she only has 3 spikes on each side, I don't know about that. And what else? She also looks kind of like Hopset. I mean, I know she's obviously not a Namekian or a Manekian, and she's more humanoid. She just has like little elf ears, which I think is kind of adorable. But I mean, like, her outfit looks a lot like Hopset's. Overall, they both look really cool. And here's another thing that I just noticed about Ricotta, is she looks like a female Risotto with a slight color swap. And you may be like, oh, what do you mean by that? Well, if you notice, Risotto, he has like the same style of gi that she's wearing, except hers is more like dynamic, if that makes sense. Like, it has more it has its own unique feel to it. She's also wearing black pants like Risotto. She also has, like, you can see her shins before her shoes start like Risotto. And then she has like a sleeveless gi. Well, that's how gis are supposed to be. Also like Risotto. I do think Sage form is returning. Sage form is like it's I'm trying to think of the word. It's a signature entity for Power Level Warrior. It's the signature form. Sage form. When I think of Power Level Warrior, the first form I think of is Sage form. And I think it's going to return. However, I do think that one of the 2 characters, I'm not sure which one, will not have Sage form. I do think Arroz should have Sage form because, not because he's male or anything, but because it would just be a nice contrast for his hair. I mean, green and white and then red and white, they're both good contrasts for white hair. But I just think that going from red to white, sort of like Ricette in her angel form, it's a very nice contrast. and I think I've spent way too long on this video. But overall, Bullet, don't take anything to heart as to what I said. I mean, my manga has a bunch of criticisms too. I was just pointing out why that person might have said that her face looks weird. And honestly, it doesn't look that bad. But I was just trying to like put you in their shoes. To me, it looks fine. It's not really that big of a deal. Some of the characters I draw have off proportion stuff. And I cannot wait for this game to even drop a trailer. I really hope the trailer comes way earlier than the game, though. I mean, I know it's not, like, easy for these developers to make trailers. But, I mean, with the screen recorder I have, I could record myself doing anything. Like, I literally started recording this right after I saw it. So, I mean, you don't, I guess, have to like show off gameplay, so to speak, but you could do like little teasers of the designs, or maybe even like a mini animation, like just a punch or something, with like a tad bit of gameplay, if you feel like it. But I don't know, that's just my opinion. I am not a dictator. I am not an all-knowing being, so don't take what I have to say for heart. I mainly just wanted to talk about my opinions on these, and honestly, it's pretty cool. He looks like he's wearing normal jeans, though, now I think about it. If you look at his, look above his boots, it looks like he's wearing normal jeans. So, I'm not sure if these are the only two characters we're going to play as. I hope we get to play as at least 5. However, we're not going to have as many as the final power level warrior when it comes to playable. There are going to be villains in this game. There are going to be characters that you won't be able to play as. Just like how in the final power level warrior you can't play as the henchman. But I'm really excited either way. I don't mind not playing as the villains. But anyway, I want to thank you guys for watching this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And I'll see you guys at Taco Bell. If any of you go to Taco Bell. Yeah.